a few days, Helldivers 2 will have been out 1 month, and within that month, the game has had some insane popularity and insane support from the developers, fixing and implementing server expansions and all other kinds of stuff. But there is an infection spreading throughout the game, and I have made a video on this previously, basically just talking about gatekeeping, and my God in heaven, it's getting worse. There are people that are so jumped up and high on their own octane that they're creating these lists of do's and do nots, and if you obviously cross any of those lines, they'll wait for you to get to the extraction. So you could have been on that match for 40-45 minutes and they'll kick you right at the very end, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. You know, they Gene Wilder you. They Willy Wonka you, man. That's not cool. Don't be a douche. Now, in my last video, I was not saying there is never ever a reason to kick somebody from the game. Of course there is. There's always some douche nozzle out there who's just griefing or being a total prick. But they're very, very few and far between. Sometimes people don't play games as much as you. Sometimes they don't really understand what the hell's going on. Does that mean you should kick them just because of that? No. Let them finish the match and then basically, I don't know, then remove them. Or even if you want to be extra nice, just put in the chat saying, thanks for joining, dude. You're a little under-leveled. You don't really have the right gear, so you're going to struggle going forward. But thanks for playing. You know, be a bit more courteous maybe. That's never going to happen in the gaming world. We all know this. But this is not a... For me personally, in my opinion, I can't stress that enough. My opinion, this is not acceptable. At all in the slightest. Forcing your rules. This is what happens when tiny, very, very insecure people get a smidgen of power. And they abuse that power by implementing all this bullcrap. And like the one guy in this, obviously please, if you want to read this, pause it, screenshot it, whatever, and read it. But this one guy basically says that if you do any of the above, I'll wait for you to get just before extraction, then kick you because you need to learn the consequences of your actions. Did your mother not cook your dinner fast enough for you that evening? Like, were your Pokemon cards out of order or something? What on God's green earth is up your butt, man? Like, I've never ever behaved that way in a video game before. Yes, I get frustrated sometimes. That's why I don't really play much online multiplayer games, because even if, like with Halo for example, and Halo Infinite, I was loving it to a point, and then I just realised that because it's a free game and multiple people are playing it, everyone's at different skill levels, and because the skill-based matchmaking is broken, you could be, or have a couple of you who are super proficient on a given game, but the rest of your team are absolute dog water. Now, that's not necessarily their fault, so I don't give them hate for it, I don't give them abuse or put anybody down, I just wait for the match to end and then go along my way. Video games are not real life, people. You don't have to take it so seriously, and to implement rules for your games is just wow lame. That is the epitome of lame. And I know I'm going to get some people jump in this comment section and be like, yeah, well, it's the way I play if you don't like it. So yeah, dude, I respect what people's playing, but unfortunately, I don't have to respect everything, you know? Just because it's the way they play doesn't mean I have to agree with it, and I don't. And if you disagree with it, just put it in the comments or make your own YouTube video and talk about what you think. I may not necessarily agree, but there you go. Helldivers 2 is a PvE game made to be fun for everyone of all different playstyles. Stop sweating. Where the hell... And obviously, don't even get me started on meta bull crap. I can't be doing with meta. I can't be doing with... oh, you haven't got the meta loadout, you're gone. It's like, oh, mate, just get an absolute life. That's never happened to me. I've only ever been removed from a match after the match has been over because the host has left. That's the only time that's ever happened to me. But I've only ever had to remove somebody once from my game, and that was as it just started, because he was throwing orbital strikes on us. So I'm assuming he was griefing. He was just reckless and just wasting our lives. So I did remove him. I had no choice, because it was either him or us, and you know, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So that's the only time I've done it, but I've never been a dick about it. Don't be a dick. How hard is it? That should be the slogan of video gaming. Don't be a dick. You can play video games and have fun. Yes, it's frustrating. Life is frustrating. Nothing is ever going to go the way you want it to go. But for the love of God, What? Why would the rule spreadsheet? It's a video game. Play it. Enjoy it. Or play solo, or just with friends if you're that hardcore. Or meet up in Discord servers and whatnot and get involved that way. Make your own clan or people, friends who you can communicate with. But don't try and enforce these weird bullshit rules on strangers. That's just weird, man. So weird. But anyway, that's a rant. I had to rant. I had to do it. I do apologize. I am so sorry. I don't rant very often, but I had to. It really grinds my gears. But let me know in the comments down below. Have you been kicked from a game for something ridiculous, or are you one of them that are kicking people because they're not equipping the grenade launcher? Do you need a hug? Do you need that special friend? But either way, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Throwing grenade!